Yo, hello, hello. We live? We're live. Nice. And we've got audio. Hang on. Just to mute that. Well, that's sonically very unpleasant, but we're just working with what we've got. Right, I'll leave chat open there. I think we're good. We've got hands, just weirdly meaty looking hands on this camera for some reason. Just like big mitts, big paws with short, stubby fingers. Very strange. Oh well. Forget about the hands. They're not there. What we're really here for is some more drum restoration. So I don't know if you've caught my previous video. If not, it's okay. I've downloaded it. I will be uploading it to YouTube under the same YouTube moniker as my Twitch moniker, which is Jamx. Basically, we've got. I'll just run you through what we've done in the interim. So we tore down. We took all our hardware off of our shelves. So, and we gave them a bit of a wipe. And that you can see that by the fluffy residue, which is unfortunately in the lug holes from wipes, because this is not a proper clean. It's just a wipe just to get the dust off. And yeah, there's a little bit of glue there. Anyway, so just a quick wipe down and looking for damage. Checking to see if it's out around, which they appear to be pretty solid. There's a few little wood issues here and there. You can probably see that gap there. Sorry, there. And we might be able to fill that in with a bit of wood glue. And doesn't appear to be any water damage. So that's the shells. And we've got all our hardware's off. So we've got all our, these are the screws and washers for the lugs, and they've just been, so everything went for a vinegar bath. And this is, I should have actually recorded this, but I didn't. So basically what happened was everything was in this giant bucket here, filled with vinegar, which is now filled with hot water and detergent for cleaning. And it's soaked for 48 hours. And I can't see my audio, so hang on 1 second. I think that's all right. I want to shift that over actually, so I can see it. There we go. Coolies. So, I can't believe I said that word. Um, so these have all been soaking in vinegar. Basically all the chrome and hardware and nuts and screws have been soaking in vinegar for 48 hours. We've got. I'll show you in a second. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're dealing with now. Uh, Most of it come up pretty good. You can see there's still a few that need a little TLC, still a bit rusty. So they scrubbed down, rinsed off, dried in the sun, and also with a hairdryer, just to kind of force the water out of it. Then soaked in good old CRC, which is freaking incredible. Can't recommend it enough. And which kind of kills rust and pushes it away. As you can see here, we've still got bit of rust in the threads of these tension rods, and a little bit in the end here. But that's what we're cleaning for. So we're cleaning all that stuff off. Then we'll retreat, and we'll probably do a polish on stuff that really needs it. So here is all the lugs off the drums. And if you remember from our previous stream, if you saw it, if you didn't, it doesn't matter, you can catch up. So basically, all of these were not too bad. You can see there's like a bit of tarnish on it and a little bit of chipping on the edges, which is strange. Just maybe just poor manufacturing, I'm not sure. But we've loosened up all our springs, so there's a spring in there for tension. These have all been loosened up. Some of them were stiff and not moving, and they're all ready for a polish and a clean. We'll probably start with these actually. There's a lot of them, so we'll get into that. Now, things I've got. I have Chemico paste cleaner. It's pink paste. Just put that with a little bit of hot water on a rag and get scrubbing. Pretty much. I'll probably pull a stool over so I'm not standing the whole time. We've got our drum claws for the bass drum. Yeah, some of them are really rough and some of them are not. But these actually, the vinegar clean these up really good. So as you can see, that one there's quite damaged, and that one there not so much, but cleaner. But they should clean up all right. We've got some odds and sods around the place. I believe we're missing one drum claw, which is unfortunate. And we've got our legs. The vinegar really did a good job on these. They were really rusty, so the vinegar really did, and you can see the vinegar's actually like brought the rust up and stained it a little bit, like where I've had to flip it over in the vinegar. So yeah, next time, full submersion for everything. I think, even the plastics. I think the vinegar's gentle enough to have the plastics just sitting in it. I think it'll be alright. Things we haven't touched are the hoops. We did not submerge these in vinegar, so they're rusty and will need cleaning by hand. And what else we got? Just more of these. These are quite rusty. They're still sitting in CRC solution. We've got our drum dampeners, some of which were a little bit broken. I did not submerge these because I don't want to get the felt wet at all. So we're going to clean these by hand. You can see there's a little bit of rust on them. Some plastic feet in there, which just need a scrub. Oh, I need to find a little cleaning toothbrush. Now it's really important to keep your cleaning toothbrush away from any other toothbrushes. Obviously. Big chunky tom mount, which did not see the vinegar bath. So that's going to be cleaned up by hand. It's not too bad. It'll take a little bit of scrubbing. We probably won't. I'm saying that now, but I'm looking at it. Maybe we will disassemble the ball mount, the ball clamp system, just because I wouldn't mind popping those out, getting them to sit in some CRC for a bit. Obviously, we've got a lot of work ahead of us, so we're not going to be doing it all in this stream. It's going to be, I think we're going to probably clean the shells and the lugs, and that'll probably do us for today. Maybe some of the hardware like the tom mounts and the legs. we'll see how we go. These are looking really tidy, so I don't think they're going to take much cleaning. But I need a. So I've got just a couple of towels. That's not going to be good for this wet stuff that we're doing. So what I'll do is I'll go and get a water protected. Sorry, what am I trying to say? A like a plastic thing that I've got. So this here is a old mattress protector. As you can see, I've cleaned many projects on it before. You can see sort of like hoop marks from previous cleanings. That's going to keep our surface area dry that we're working on. And we don't have to worry about it going through onto the table or anything like that. Right, what else do we have? We've got some clean water. We've got just a bag of old cotton sheets that I've ripped up for rags. Recommend cotton. It's just soft, less likely to scratch. Because this Chemico stuff, if you're too like strong with it, if you like put too much pressure on, you might find that you'll end up scratching. So we're just going to be hitting it quite lightly, and then we'll also need to rinse off the pink paste because this stuff will like sit on it, residue. So we've got a big bucket for that, and then I'll just lay them out and get them drying. Right, let's get into it. Let's grab a stool. All right. It's got a little bit of the old 1920s blues in the background because it's 100 years old, and hopefully it's not coming through too strongly on the record, so we don't get copyright infringement or doxed. And I'm just gonna get into it. We've got our solution to Chemico. We've got our cleaning brush for those hard to reach places, and we've got our CRC. After they're dry, we'll hit it with this again, just to push the water out. Yeah, maybe I'll let them dry overnight. I'm not sure because what we'll do is we'll do like a polish if it requires it. Sometimes they clean up so good you don't need to polish. All right, let's get into it. So the shorties. So these are the ones that are on the tongs. There's a lot of them, which is nice because that's good for tuning. So these were on the toms. We've got 6, 6, and 8 on the floor tom. And so we've got a 12, 13, and a 16, and then we've got our 20-inch base. Well, actually, it might be 22. I haven't measured that. It looks like a 22. And these are the slightly longer ones. So you can see They're longer, and there's 20 of those. So we get into the shorties. Actually, what we could do is we could go through the whole cleaning process of one entire tom. So then we've actually got a completed piece. I do have a couple of hoops for these, but we need to get more hoops. And I'm just wondering if I just end up getting hoops for the whole drums, all the drums apart from the kick, because that way we'll have matching hoops. Because the two hoops that I've got are one of the 13 and one of the 12, and they're 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 not like a standard triple flange. They've got a strange. They kind of sweep off of where the tension rod locks into the load. They sweep off like real quickly, whereas the ones that you get now, or the ones that are on most drum kits, they've got like a wider brim or a flatter for the tension rod to clamp down onto. These sweep off real tight. I'll probably show you actually. Where's the? Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. This is normally like a little bit longer this way and flatter. And as you can see, it kind of comes out and it's got a very small piece of metal. Well, very, yeah, it's like not a lot there. So I just don't know if we're going to be able to find hoops that will match these identically, because that's really what you want. We could just use these on the bottoms, like no one's going to give a shit. That's the reality of it. So we might be lucky. I mean, as it is, I might need an entire donor kit, but I'm not sure which way to go with this. I mean, we're going to have to go Tama because this is a Tama clone, and but I'm thinking Pearl will probably fit as well from the 70s. And yeah, we'll see where we go. I've been keeping my eyes peeled for the required stuff. Um, Not much luck. There's dude down south who's selling a lot, and it's all kind of Yamaha stuff, which is great for me because I actually got a Yamaha intermediate kit. That would be nice to kind of. I wouldn't mind swapping out my snare. Seems like he's got a better snare in the lot. Cymbals, hardware. It's all looking really good. He's asking way too much for it though. It's got no shells apart from the snare, so it's kind of perfect for this project, but also yeah, I can't really justify the cost because he's almost asking full drum kit cost for it. Well, full cheap drum kit cost, and that's all this really is. This is a very cheap 70s made in Taiwan kit. If I had the snare, it'd be a different story, but I don't. I've just got the shells, so we'll carry on. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'm going to have to bring the camera a little bit this way, I think. That's better. So I'm just doing it very lightly because I don't want to scratch the chrome. And we're just going backwards and forwards till we get all the tarnishing off. And unfortunately, these are pretty clean, so we're not going to have to spend too long on these. But you can almost feel the surface become like a little bit cleaner. you know, there's less resistance. This stuff's good for getting on all the nooks too. I'm just thinking, like, okay, normally I wouldn't wear gloves, but I mean, for safety purposes, I'll go ahead and put some gloves on. And yeah, so just give me a second. These are very small gloves, so come on. All right. Just folding up my rag so I'm getting in the creases a bit. And then I'm thinking for the grooves in the sides of these, the detail, I will get in with the brush, I think. Oh yeah, so that's definitely doing the trick right there. So these were pretty clean because normally I actually take this part out as well and polish that individually. But they were so clean it just seemed a bit redundant to do that. So I'm just going to work around it. If there's any that are like still seized after sitting in CRC, I will pop them out and have a look. All right, there you go. That's pretty good. All right, see if we can give it a quick rinse. Lovely. Right. My goodness. Okay. So these are coming up really nicely. We I'll just show you an example. So that's one we haven't done, right? And this is the one that we just did. So yeah, kind of definitely worth the effort. You can see it's just starting to get that little pitting on it, but we've come in at the right time before it gets really bad and actually chips away the chrome. So it's looking really good. Just a little bit of water in it, so we'll have to let these dry out and hit them with some more CRC before assembling the final product. All right, I'm just going to pop this over here, and we'll keep going. But that's I'm really happy with those results. So have a good close look at and remember this is after it's already been sitting in vinegar. So we've got some, serious cosmetic issues here. Right? Should probably come in a little bit closer actually. Alright, just bear with me. I'm gonna come in tight. How's that? That's pretty good. Damn, these are coming up real nice. And that's kind of what I was hoping for with this kit. Because I don't, I wouldn't normally go for a cheaper kit like this. I'd normally keep my eyes peeled. But in saying that, the good stuff's getting harder and harder to get for the right price. I mean, it can be absolutely trashed. Like there's premium keeping it on at the moment, and it is, it's not tidy. It's pretty rough, but they're asking way too much for it because everyone's sort of like hanging on to what they've got. Uh, Interesting. Used to be able to get projects very easily, but yes, it's getting harder and harder. People are hanging on to their stuff. Fair enough. So, I mean, look at that. Gorgeous. Right. Yeah, so I've been really enjoying the Hell Let Loose gameplay. It's it's fast becoming one of my favorite games ever. It's taken me back to like when I used to play the original Medal of Honor, and just when those games came out, they were like really good. And I don't know what happened to them. They got like really not good. Well, and I mean, in my opinion, in my play style and my experiences, just not like what they used to be. But that's good. It sort of reminds me of that older style, which I really appreciate. So I'm just when I'm doing this, I'm dunking it in this hot bucket of water here and giving it a rinse. Goodness gracious, that one got a that one got a little bit of extra TLC. Okay. Here's something I've noticed here that we've got to keep an eye on. The spring is actually slightly out of alignment, and we've got some gook in there as well. So we're gonna have to try and get that out. Okay, that was too easy. And I'm just gonna poke the spring in so it's centered, and just give it another. Yeah, so that's pretty good. And then when I'm putting it over to the side now, I'm putting it this way up. So if there's any water trapped in it, it starts to run out. But like I said, we'll be hitting these all again with CRC. Mostly, not so much the outside. The outside's good because that will get that during the polishing process. It will be the inside because we don't want any water in the threads and we don't want any water on the inside for because that will cause future problems. And we want the next owner of this kit to enjoy the kit for a very long time. And I'm hoping it's a desirable piece. I think the amount of lugs and the color of the kit, because obviously rewrap's a thing, but we're trying to keep it original, trying to keep it vintage. And the dampener controls is going to make it a desirable piece. But I've had some hit and misses over the years. Uh, the last Olympic kit I did, which was a really cool kit and came up beautifully, was a miss. It just wasn't that desirable. Um, it was from the 70s. It was pre, when Premiere started to make Olympic really, really shit. I mean, I know it was always budget, but something happened in the late 80s, early 90s where they were just plastering brand names on anything. So you think you're getting an Olympic kit, you most certainly are not. You're getting something. You're just getting something with the name on it. This one hardly needs anything. It's pretty tidy. I'm just getting to these kind of small creases. I'm just folding the rag over so I've got a bit of an edge and going in like that. And of course, if that doesn't work, I've got my toothbrush here. Seems to be working pretty well though. Hey, hey, hey. Actually, this paste stuff will wear holes through these rags. That just shows you actually how abrasive it actually is. Okay, looks like we've got a little bit of damage on this one. I'll just show you. Hmm. It's not cleaning up particularly well. No. Okay, so we've got a scratch on the top there. That's permanent damage. And this is pretty interesting. This is like an actual crack. See running there and coming down there. Um, it's not going to affect the structure of it, but it's interesting that it's occurred somehow. And it's not rusting. Could have been a manufacturing default, but I mean, it's part of the tale, you know, it's part of the story of the Strong Kit. So that's something that well, for me, that's something that I want to keep. You know, it's a battle wound. I think for the sake of the stream, we won't go through every single lug first. What we'll do is we'll go through everything we need to do one drum. So that will be like, so we're going to need 6 of these and 6 of everything else, and then we'll put it back together. I don't have enough tension rods and I don't have enough hoops, so basically we'll just be putting the hardware on and we'll be cleaning up the shell and polishing it, which I'm excited to show you on stream. Just how good that comes up. See, this particular one is really pitted. Just trying, yeah, see? In comparison to this one, it's like, it's a lot worse. So what I might do is I might do a second pass, just because that can sometimes help. But we'll see. Okay, I didn't have much hope for that, but it actually seems to be doing a good job. Now, for like those really, really hard projects, I do have a Dremel kit, which we might have to break out for some of the really rusty parts. But it's very messy, you know, because you're sitting here with a bloody spinning blade on you, and you just gotta. The hell? It's weird. So you kind of have to protect your face, and like you know, you get shit everywhere. And I'm set up in my lounge, so I don't really like making a huge mess. And sometimes doing things by hand, in fact, almost always doing things by hand, especially when it comes to cars, cleaning cars, it's better to do it without a machine. Yes, it's time consuming. Yes, you'll get sore, but you've got less of a chance of actually damaging anything. And I've learned the hard way on that. So I polish all my cars by hand now. because using a buffing machine can be more damage than good. Right, let's have a look at this one now. We've hit it twice. Yeah, not great. To be honest, not great. The outputting's still really bad. But I mean, shiny, shiny, right? I mean, who's looking at it closely if it's that shiny, you know? And that's what you're after. Yeah, this one we're going to have to kind of clean inside a little bit. We've got a bit of oxidization there that the vinegar missed. So we'll give that a go. You about to break down the door. You guys keeping an eye on this Kendrick Lamar Drake beef thing we've got going on? I have to admit, I was pretty surprised to see it was like something that people were even paying attention to. It's obviously some kind of publicity stunt. Seems very contrived. But, I mean, did I miss the fucking post or the news? Since when did anyone give a shit about Drake? Gonna get a whole bunch of Drake fans in here crucifying me. Do it. I think the only thing I've seen him in the news for was like, and this may be why I'm so hilariously out of touch with him, but it was just as like, sleeping with underage girls shit that he was doing. Oh, I'm selling that stuff. I wonder who had the original beef. I bet it went all the way back to what we're listening to now, these 1920s blues classics. You know, is there anyone's like slamming on Robert Johnson, talking about how shit he is, and talking about how many side women he's got and illegitimate children? I bet it fucking is. I mean the way they talk so nonchalantly about cocaine and dope. And when they say dope, I don't think they're talking about marijuana. I think they're talking about heroin. Uh, it's like makes you think, well, shit, how much has actually changed in 100 years, other than technology and partially how society works? What's really changed for people, and what's changed for music? I have a theory. It's my own theory. It's a silly theory, but it's a theory. That everything is kind of like, like you could almost say non-original. Like everything is kind of mimicked and improved on. So in that way, music and arts, especially the creatives. It's purely cyclical. Like it's always like it just comes around in cycles. I mean, that's why you had like shit in the '90s. Like you had the '60s revivalist movement and the fucking Zoot Suit shit as well. It was all like just revivaling, revitalizing. I don't know, revivals of everything past, and it's just constantly like that. Fashion to me, clothes fashion, seems to be exactly like that all the time. It's almost in a 10-year cycle of 2 year, like, oh, well, shit, bell bottoms are back in. It's like, what the fuck? Just not really any original stuff, just like copied and improved slightly. And I don't know, we're going to get to a point where we just reach like critical mass, where everything's like, you've copied it as much as you can copy it, and then it's nothing can be original again. Or are we going to branch out uh, to like real heavy niches, which is kind of what we've been doing in the last 30 odd years? Is everything becomes so like it's exactly that, and And like this has to be the very finest example of that. Yeah. I mean, and circling back to hip hop, I mean, how much has that changed? Quite a bit. All right, so we've got 6 here. We're starting on another 6. All cleaning up real nice. Let's get a bit damp now. I'll have to get a new one. Anyway, that's me having another rant. If you like the rants, subscribe. No, it's the wrong platform. Follow. Yeah, well, there's one form of music which I find kind of fascinating. And I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of most of it. Like, doesn't really, I can get into some of it, especially the older stuff. But it really feels like it was kind of taken from your blues and your jazz and your rock, and it was like expertly crafted into something that was their own, and that's reggae. It's it's a very particular sound, and it follows particular rules. You know, it's it's a bit like jazz and blues in that respect. I really appreciate that about it. It's got its own thing going on. But yeah, once again, the '90s came along, and then there was fucking everybody started like getting real nichey with it. Well, that's a word either. Nichey. And what's the deal with film composers like going in on a particular like this is the it sound. This is the sound that we use now for cinemas for cinema film. It's like, oh yeah, there was the Boaz, yeah, and now there seems to be like a real. You got to have like some Eastern scale singing uh, person in the background going. I mean, that's been a thing for a while, but like since June, it's like in every. What wasn't everything? When it doesn't really suit it. I will say that about that Fallout series actually. Uh, like a lot of the music and a lot of the music choices were excellent, but the composed music, why? Like it doesn't fit the genre at all. That post-apocalyptic sci-fi. I mean, I feel like they've only made that decision because of June. Like, because that's sci-fi, so let's do that. Let's use the. It doesn't fit at all. It's like, Fallout is set exclusively in America. Yeah, they should have gone more like, I don't know, like maybe like call and response stuff. They could have done that because that's very American. That's very blues. They could have done like more traditional soundtracks, more traditional American music. That would have been cool. That's my, but Anyway, it took me out of it. I don't know why. Every time I heard the It's like that doesn't suit Fallout. And you've never ever heard that in the games. It was all that classic score, which I think New Vegas did the best, and old '50s songs, which are really cool. But yeah, they did do that properly in the show. That was cool. But yeah, if you highly disagree with me, please jump in chat. Let's get a debate going. Change my mind. I don't mind. I'm not like fixed to any particular opinion. Pretty open minded in that respect. Okay, got a little bit of chemical stuck on the thread here. I'm just gonna get that out. Yeah. Well, we should be able to flush that with CRC anyway. That one came up real nice. Holy shit. Love it. I love it. Oops, that's too much. Well, I'm going to stand a bit. This table's ever so slightly too low. So I'm spread eagle right now. My legs are like a pyramid. And it's too uncomfortable for sitting. Endurance test. Excuse me. Some more paste on there, please. Yeah, so I don't know how these videos are going to go on YouTube. And it's a shame that we're starting off with this, not so collectible, not so desirable kit. But, I mean, the process is the same. And now, I don't know if there's any of you in there that remember me doing the Hoffner Colorado, which has to be the pinnacle of my restoration career. That was a cool project. And I still have the video for that, so I should probably just chuck it on YouTube. You're now my journey. Also, I'm not an expert on anything. Total amateur. Music, restoration, cars. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm in it. I'm in it for the end result, which is keeping something alive. Right? Whoa! Splashdown. Hello? If this doesn't take long, I'll probably do a Hell Let Loose string to it. And we could do some more drums tomorrow, but then I'm working night shift. Nice. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's right. Yeah, cool. Talking about that jelly. What's for tea tonight? I'm thinking it's got this really nice relish. So I'm thinking eggs on bagels with the nice relish. Lovely. At some point, I need to make a vegetable soup. I don't know when I'm going to get around to that. Like once it's on, it's let it do its thing. But it's the getting there. That's the hard part. Gotta fucking chop up the pumpkin. I'm thinking I might roast the pumpkin first and then chuck it in. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. Ooh, very nice. All right, we're getting there. All right, two more of these puppies, and then we'll hit the shell. And that's the exciting part for me. Because you won't believe the results I'll get. Well, this shell's already pretty shiny, so. But I've had results on severely faded vinyl or whatever they use for it. What is it? Duraplast or something? I don't know. There's an older vinyl textile that they use for drum kits. It's got a name, Dura something. Um, that shit fades in the sun like you wouldn't believe, and cracks. But anything's better than bubbling, man. I can't stand seeing a kit that's bubbled in the sun. That just drives me batty. But I guess drum kits have got to get to places, and sometimes they're sitting in cars and get cooked in the back window. But yeah, it's a shame. Alright, last release. Somewhere along the lines of swap rags. That's right. Just going to turn these around so we're having a look at the. So we'll be picking the ones that we want to become our tops, and this is our bottoms. So basically any with like a bit of a tarnish or damage will become our bottoms. And our best looking ones will become our tops. Because I mean that's what everyone's looking at. So that although the other ones are still functional, they're just not as cosmetically pleasing. So that's a top for sure. Top, top, bottom, 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 top, swap those two. Yeah. All right. Oh, quickly hit it with CRC actually. Just gonna give it a little squirt. Just force out some of that water if there's still water in there, which there probably is. Right, I'm just going to open the door so we've got a bit of ventilation as well. That's really important. Oops. Damn, that's a voice. Cool. Right, let's get into that shell. Actually, no, what we need to do first is mix them all up. Now, this bottom, this one here, still got a bit of chemical on the thread, which we'll get out now. All right. Now, what we actually need is we need a set of these. So it will be 24. They're all the same, fortunately. And I'm just going to go through and see which needs cleaning. That's fine. These have all been vinegared, CRC'd, or vinegar scrubbed, dried, CRC. So some of them are still a little bit rusty. Just go like this. 2, 4. See, that's fine. That one's bad. 2. That's bad. 2, 4. 2, 4. Nice. 2, 4. Well, that's enough for them. But we really should scrub some of these up because they're quite bad. So pop these have got little spring washers on them, which I don't want to lose because they're very small. So what we'll do is well, that's right there. I can't get these things off. So what I normally do is I'll grab my multi-tool, scrubby scrub. I won't do that today. Put these back in the CRC bar. Give them a swirl. That's fine. That one there actually could do with a scrub. So we'll give this a quick scrub just in our hands. Yeah, gonna need a tool unfortunately, because I can't hold it. It's actually spinning while I do this, so I'm getting both sides. And I think that's pretty good. Oh yeah. So that cleaned up real nice. Just need to get the chemical off of it now. Lovely. That's good. The rest of them are pretty good, but that they actually cleaned up real easy, so that was good. All right. So I'll put these aside. Cool. Right. And that's all we've got for the shells at the moment because we need to get hoops. Oh no, we do have our dampener. Sorry, my mistake. So this has had no treatment at all. And what have we got with it? Actually, I think I labelled them. Okay, so we've got one of these, which is plastic. I might keep the functioning one for the floor time because we've got a few broken ones. Okay, so that's got a crack in it. That one needs gluing. That is a piece of metal for the tom mount clamp. Okay, so so we'll keep that one for the floor tom, I think. Floor tom will have maybe put the cracked one on the 13. Okay. And then well, that's the 13 because that's the shorter one. That needs a scrub. And the feet are for the kick drum spurs. Cool. Full time. 13. Okay, so well, hang on, no, we're doing this wrong. Yeah, no, that's cool. Right. So we're just gonna clean that up and the tightener because that won't fit on it. And maybe put the broken one on. Where is it? There. That one. I really need to glue that. Damn it, I should have done that already. silly. Okay, that goes with that. So that is that the short one? That's the small one. Okay, so that stays. I mean, we could potentially put this on anyway, even if it is broken, because it'll be held on by the screw. Okay, well, that's plastic. Okay. Cool, we'll give this a quick scrub in the bucky. Let that dry. And that's a wee clean. I'm going to be very gentle with this one because I'm not sure how this will come up. Cool. That doesn't need cleaning. This here, on the other hand. Right. What I might do is I might wrap. That's not gonna work, is it? What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little. Hang on. I'm going to cut a little square out for this felt. Kind of wrap it around it. Oh, that's not working very well. Okay, I think we've covered up our felt, so I'm just going to get stuck into cleaning. So I might use a rag. Remember, this is without vinegar and CRC, so the pitting's coming up straight away, which is good. But it feels very rough, so it's not like this stuff here, which was feeling smooth. You can't lose your mind. Mm-hmm. Clean out nicely. Fucking Eric Clapton doing the song was one to speak after fucking stealing George Harrison's misses. Did he do that? Well, stealing, you know what I mean. They're their own people. But you got to remember, it's like a small pool of people that actually are available to them anyway. People forget that. It's not like they can just date anyone. They kind of have to date people that are in the group, you know, in the clique. I mean, that's how it was then. It's a bit different now, isn't it? Sort of you get out of your standing just by going online. Outside women too. Right. Dunk it. That's it off of it. Without getting the felt wet. There you go. Pretty good. But this here's proven to be a bit difficult, but that is up against the drum. But we don't want Russ to continue to do its thing. So we're gonna spray it with CRC, neutralize it, or we can keep scrubbing. Maybe we keep scrubbing a little bit. Just don't want that felt getting wet. It's soaking up that water. Having much luck, actually. It's not coming off. Okay. Behave yourself. Get over there and stop rusting. Right. Whoops, I should open the door. Damn. Okay, is that tom mount? So we're going to clean this up as well. And then that plastic sleeve goes in there with that little, and we should also have what? This fella. And we also need, no, we don't need the spring. What do we need in here? We need parts mixed up. We need a contractor. We need one of these. Which is pretty good actually. Doesn't really need a clean. But we do have to crack it past an annoyingly cut thread, which is not pleasant. But we should be able to do it. Hopefully we don't strip it in the process. That's wrong. It's not that one. It is. This one. see a nut. Yeah, there's a square nut. What am I looking at? Yeah, it's the hex nut. Just should be a hex nut somewhere. There it is. Oh, this is coming out. So those are for the legs. That's spare. It's a few tension rods, not many, unfortunately. What's that spring for? Oh, that's out of one of the kick drum lugs. And then there should be 3 of these. Spring washer, spring washer, spring washer, yep. 3 of them. Okay. And that's for that. Too small. Oh. Is it one of these ones? No? Oh dear. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This one. Oh. I'm glad I'm so organized. But not really. Okay, so this needs a little bit of a scrub on the top. Other than that, it's pretty good. What was that shaking the camera? Hang on. Yeah, it's got it. Oop. There's CRC. And this nut is stainless steel by the looks of it. Let's just give it a quick light. Cool. So we'll do this and this. So this is pretty good looking on the outside. This is the dampener tightener. Probably the real name, but just give it a wee polish on the top just to make it look uniform. Yeah, that came up real good. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And there doesn't appear to be too much rust on the teeth. Maybe a little bit. Give it a but the real rust is on the inside here. It's quite bad. So I'm just going to get that because we don't want it to come back. Okay. And we're going to also hit the shredder bit because it's really rusty. So basically I'm just going in on one angle like this. And we'll roll it. So when this whole process is finished, this toothbrush will probably be no more. Like it will be worn down completely. That's typically what happens with these projects. Unfortunately, we go through toothbrushes quite quickly. So we'll have it back up in no time. Yeah. So there you go. Why are my gloves filling up with water? There's no holes in them, right? Oh, there is a hole. Okay, gross. So we got all the rust out from that one. A little bit of chemical in there, we just didn't see that. And I mean, you won't get rid of the, the permanent damage, but you can take away the rust. And then the thread also, you can see, it's much cleaner, but you can also now see where it's damaged. So that's a bit stink, but that is what it is. Right, and let's have a look at what it tightens into. Pretty sure that's clean enough. Give this a blast, I think. Oh, dry it first. Cool. Right. Now, this mount here is pretty clean, but these washers and the tops of these screws are not. So I might take those off. Give them a wee scrub. Yeah, these washers are terrible. Far out. So the CRC is doing work, so that's all nice and clean. But we're going to hit these washers for sure. Looks like just the one side of them is pretty rough. That one's alright. And the tops of these screws. And while we're here, we're just going to make this nice and shiny, but it's pretty good. So the rust hasn't had at it at all, really. So we'll just do a quick just surface polish. Well, it's getting a bit dark, isn't it? I don't know if I can shed much more light on the subject. It's a little better, but now we've got shadows to contend with. It's not ideal. Alright, let's give that a rinse. It's come up really, really good. I mean, that's like diamond finish, that is. Whew, like that. Oh. So another thing I've tried before in the past was I picked up an electric drill, which ran off of corded instead of battery, and I made a little like sand tumbler and put in a bunch of chrome and small pieces on the sand and ran it for about 2 to 4 hours. The trick was though I couldn't get the drill to really go slow enough to do it properly because it needs to be fairly slow. And although it did kind of work, it was kind of a hassle, and I ended up having to pretty much hold the drill and do it by hand, which was annoying and time consuming. Whereas I wanted to walk away initially, sit and walk away, but didn't really work out. I mean, if I can keep going with this kind of stuff, we'll probably set up a more permanent kind of version of that, and I'll get like a more specialized machine for it, or even just make it so my drill is driving a slightly better setup. That's, that one there didn't clean up very well. Goodness. Hang on. That's the thing with these projects. It's like, especially with drums, there's always pieces on it that clean up much better than the rest of it. These are terrible. Like, and it's just a washer, so it's like, well, should I just swap it out? But then, like, how much, where do you draw the line? Where is it like not the original kit anymore? You're just building a new kit. These are terrible. Why are you so bad though? Right, we're getting there. Terrible. Look at this. What? Ah. Better. Better. Mm. Cool. All right. Now I do believe that's all the components that we can put on it for now. Yes. Cool. Right. So that stays there. That goes in there. Keep our drying. And right. So we've got to clean our shell now. I might take my gloves off for it. Just because these hands are getting a bit wet now. And we'll get some fresh rags. Here we go. So here's our shell. Now we want to try and do this without too much water. And you can kind of see the sheen on it now. It's like it's very dull. There's I might have to go up a little bit actually. Whoops. There we go. There we go. That's better. So you can see it's quite dull. You know, there's markings on it. They're pretty noticeable. There's a lot of fluff on it from when I wiped it. There's some like glue residue and stuff that we're going to get rid of, like that. The rust around this grommet here is going to be a bit of a pain because like we can't clean this too hard because it will take off the label, and you know you really don't want to damage the label. So in the past, I've taped it off. I think what we'll do is we'll just I could probably go in with my Dremel, give it a polish like that, so it's more precise. But for the meantime, we're just going to get this shell up now. So because this has the Zolar coating, I'm not going to oil the wood like I normally would to sort of revitalize it. But there is just straight ply exposed on the bearing edge. So what we'll do is we'll go around with a Q-tip soaked in oil and just hit it a little bit. Just let it drink up a little bit. But we can't do the inside, which is what I normally like to do, because I don't know what that will do to the Zola protective coating. I have a feeling, because it's probably got glue in there as well, that it will actually break it down, which we don't want. So, all right, we'll get started. And what I'm doing is I'm going to follow the shell this way only. You don't want to go like that, and you don't want to go swirling, because like if you scratch it, it's going to show up like crazy. But if you just stay with just this one direction, it will be less noticeable if you scratch it. And we are going to be scratching it, but we're also going to be bringing back like the original finish. The color's going to pop out more, and once we coat it with polish, plastic protection polish, it's going to get rid of those swell marks. And basically, we're going to do 2 coats of that, maybe even 3, and it'll be like it will come back like candy. We'll see. We'll see. So once again, we're going in with our Chemico paste, and I want to keep away from the wood, and we're just going to come in and apply it like that, and then I'm just going to go backwards and forwards like that, gently, and like even scratches like that, we might be able to pop out. And I'm being gentle, I'm not applying too much pressure, and then turn over it and make sure that's still fairly clean. Get some more paste and go to the next section. So we've got some paint splatters on it here, so we'll get those out. And for the between the holes, you can just sweep through and continue that line or that motion rather. So you should even be able to see that I'm taking away a lot of the residue that's been around the lugs. Um, we'll keep going. New corner. So if you find you get any product on the bearing edge or on the wood, you can just get it off immediately with a damp cloth. Damp, not soaking. You don't want to get too much water on the shell. I've been very gentle, not putting too much pressure on it. We certainly don't want to squish the drum, and we're trying not to scratch. See, and that drip there, that means I'm using too much water. So I need to pull back a little bit. Let's get that out. Right, so this is good. We've got marks down here, we've got some residue here, and we're just gonna avoid the label. Oh, you can't see. We're gonna avoid the label and just go around it. And you'll see this residue here. It's gonna come right off. And I'm having to go back and forwards quite a bit. So I'm just trying to get a consistent motion. And we're just dodging the label. Right, so I've got a lot of it off. We've definitely got the mark off down the bottom here, and most of the residue there, but there's still a little bit, so I'm going to have to do a second pass, just with some fresh paste, because we're essentially wet sanding. This can be a destructive method, so we need to be gentle and careful. Right, so I'm coming back, making sure that product works into that spot there. Yeah, and it's coming away, and I'm almost there. You can sort of feel it. You can feel when it starts to lose grip, and it's gone, just like that. Right. So we've got a little bit of like what appears to be some kind of glue damage underneath. That's unfortunate, but it's so minimal. You can see it just pops up there, right there. But that, I mean, we can live with that. You know. All right. So we've got some more glue here that we need to take off. I'm just going to pass over it, getting the product evenly around. I need a bit more actually. And we're going to crease here, which we're going to have to try to not get too much product build up in. Okay, so we've got our product done. We're going to go back and forwards, just dodging these holes, because we don't want the product to get stuck on these holes and go into the shell. Right, so I've got a couple of white dots off there. I've got some marks here that I'm getting out very quickly. And coming down, getting that glue edge off. It's working quite well actually. And then I'm going to come back to this, like it's not glue, sorry, it's like a sticker that was on it. We could even potentially use a blade, but we'll see how the Kimiko goes. So I'm putting a little bit more pressure on than usual, just because it's a bit stubborn. But as you can see, it's coming away. It's just one little spot left. And it's gone. Just like that. And we're back around. This is the crease or the fold rather of the wrap. We're just gonna come this way, and I think because it's folding that way, we're gonna go this way only for the cleaning. Cool. And like we're pretty much done a full round now. So we're going to get a clean, damp rag. And we're going to wipe this residue off. Take it off the thing I had it sitting on because that's got residue on it too, which we're going to have to. Because once we get to the polishing process, I'm going to take away all this wet stuff and start into the polish. You don't need a waterproof cover for it. Yeah, it's a little. Sorry, this cotton rag's like coming off on the edge bits. Okay. As you can see, it's nice and mark free. We've got a little bit of sort of weathering here, so I might come back and have another go at that. But we don't want that product to build up on the seams here or in the holes. Cool. Right, let's have a look at that weathered spot I found. Where was it? Somewhere here. There. Right, we'll see if we can get that out with a bit of Kimiko. It looks pretty deep, so it's kind of one of those cosmetic things that you might be able to get out, or you also might be able to completely hide once you get it shining. A bit like scratches or micro scratches in car paint. You know, you get enough light bouncing off of it, you're not going to see it. And that's how you can get that kind of candy gloss on your vehicles and also your drum shells. Oh yeah, okay. So definitely making a difference. That's good. I'm happy with that. I don't know if you can see that well enough. I haven't got enough light in this room now. It's getting dark and it's stormy outside. But that's that. Get another wipe. So, and don't be too concerned if it like comes back and it's like hazier than you originally started. Quite often that's because the you've like you've brushed up the kind of outer layer of the plastic, like with the kind of the wet sanding process. That will all come back in the polish, and this is actually holding up really really well. Like it's not, you can see it's not that dull, even though we've essentially done a wet sand, which is really good. But it's cleaned up really really well. So now I really need a bit more light. I'll tell you what, I might get a torch. But we're going to get rid of this wet area, and then we're going to bring our polish in. Also, going to get a Q-tip and my oil and just go around these bearing edges real quick. All right, so what we've got here is we've got linseed oil, a couple of Q-tips. They're just soaking. We're just going to use those to go around. I use linseed oil for all wooden things. I mean furniture, obviously, but like I use it on all my fretboards, all my guitars. It's perfect. A lot of people swear by lemon oil for fretboards. I totally agree. You do your thing. I've had no issues with linseed oil. You just got to wipe it off afterwards because it can leave a bit of it can build up. It's a bit of an oily residue, so you just have to be kind of use it sparingly. But the wood really loves it and drinks up. And for our plastic restorer, believe it or not, it's a car product. So we've got CRC Liquid Armor or Armor All is a very good product. The original Armor All is really good. I highly recommend. We're going to use this one here because it's safe on woods, and it's going to go on very similar to Armor All. Basically, it's just don't be fooled. It's pretty much just the silicon. It's not liquid silicon though. It's more like a gel. So it's good for that stuff. I do have a silicon paste, but I find that this stuff kind of it coats better. The paste would be arduous. All right, so that's going to be our candy coating. All right, let's go with the oil. So remember, we're going to avoid the Zolar coating. So I'm just coming around here. Just going to let the bearing edge drink up because hasn't had seen any kind of love for a long time. And well, some people say, well, hang on, don't be putting oil on the wood because you need that will break down the heads quicker. And I totally agree with you. If it was oil on it directly, yep, absolutely. But the wood drinks this up real quick, and I think you'll find that it doesn't affect your heads at all. And it also helps with stretching. Believe it or not, I've used Dubbin of all products, which is a petroleum-based product, which definitely will eat through your heads, but on a really soft, like a very vintage bearing edge, it can help with the stretching of your heads because if they roll too much, it can actually grip the plastic and tear. Yeah, I do like the more modern bearing edges, but there's a particular sound that you get with the more rounded edges. What are they like? 40 degrees, 45. Whereas like a modern edge is like 70, 75. You can get even sharper ones. So they're being very generous with the Zolar here. It's even come around over the edge, which is a little bit, yeah. Okay, so that's one side done. Let's get a little rag and give it a wipe off because we don't want it to drink up too much. We need a couple of these for our candy coating. Oh, that's right. I was going to get more light, wasn't I? How's that? That's pretty good, actually. I'm just going to get it to sit here somewhere. Like that. Like that. But we're going to have a shadow going that way. Really net from the top, don't we? Like that. Yeah. Okay, how am I going to get it to sit there? Oh, I know what I can do. This. Stand by. Oh, look at that. Yeah. Oh, that was easy. All right. Right. So quickly, what this see, you can already see it's actually soaked it up, so it's gone. And by the time I get around to putting heads on these, that's not going to be in any way, shape, or form able to damage the new head. Alrighty. Now we're going to start with our first coat. And I'm going to be quite liberal with it. So we're pretty much just going to go straight onto this wrap, whatever it's made out of, vinyl or dewlap or whatever they call it. So just apply it to a section, and then same direction, backwards and forwards like this. Now, it doesn't matter too much if you get the product in the holes. This is non-damaging to wood. So let's go back and forwards like this. I don't know what to tell you. It's like it's only one coat, and it's already like gleaming like a brand new kit. Well, this stuff unfortunately is scented. So I prefer the Armorall because it's unscented, but this is yeah, it's got a powerful musk. It's gonna make it smell like a new car. Right, and we're back around, and that's probably like done its initial pass. I don't like. I mean, look at this. Just gorgeous. And like it's the camera's not really picking up how lustrous it is now in person. Like there's a real depth to it. Like, oh, hang on, let's do it side by side. You can see this one here is like it's kind of one dimensional. This one's like got like a depth to it now. And that's what I'm talking about with like you're giving it a coat to bounce light. Very hard to see on the camera, unfortunately. But so that's kind of done its thing. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we're going to hit it with another round, and then we're going to come back and dry. Well, dry. It's more like a soft polish, but because this stuff kind of it sticks around, it's like you're kind of just smearing it around, layer after layer. It's like the more I'm doing it, the darker the color is becoming. It's very interesting. Yeah, like it's a darker color now. This is great. And this is breathing new life into this plastic too, because this stuff is a restorer as well, and a protector from the sun and UV damage. Which, fortunately, for some of these older kids, is not really a huge issue. The rats seem to do a lot better in the sun than the modern ones. Okay, so that's with their like essentially two coats of that stuff. Oh yeah, it's looking real good. That rust there is pissing me off, but I'll come back with a Dremel tool, I think. Hit that. Right, so I've got one more piece of cotton. That's soft dry. It's got no product on it at all, and we're just gonna continue to. You can feel, like you can actually feel how the coat is giving it like it's like a slick surface, and we're just going back and forth like that, and you'll start to see considerably more shine, and it's like hard. It's like it goes like a firm candy kind of thing. Yeah, hard to explain. Because I mean it's not working like a polish or a clay polish that you'd use on a car. It's just working by like penetrating and also adding layers. But yeah, unfortunately, the camera's not really showing the amazing difference I'm seeing, which is insane. And there's that damage that we found earlier. So I managed to buff quite a bit of that out. But still there. But man, so less noticeable because of the amount of light bouncing around it. And there's our glue damage there. Unfortunately, it's permanent damage, but it's fine. Part of the story. And there we are. That's pretty good. I could do, if I wasn't happy with the color or the shine, I could do some more passes. But that's pretty good. And you'll also see that a lot of that glue residue that was on the seam here has come off. But it's really important not to do that or swirling unless like if you're doing it that way you'd want to be uniform, but definitely no go around in circles because you will see that and it'll be an eyesore. I've got a wee white dot there. Okay. Right. Hang on, let me bring up some drum. If I can actually insert that there. Look at the difference. Kind of hard to see, unfortunately. But to the human eye, it's like this is all marked up to shit and dusty looking, and this is like clean. Wish these threads would stop coming off my rags though. Alright, so now we're there, we can chuck our hardware back on. Which means I need a little tool set. And then once we're done that, we're going to wrap up stream. And we'll be back for the next stream with the next drum, which pretty slammed for the next week, so that probably won't be till next week. But I've got 2 days next week that I can do it. That's if you're interested. I mean, it's kind of like rinse and repeat at this stage. So we don't necessarily have to stream that. But let's get this assembled, and of course, when it's completely finished, new hoops, heads, tension rods, tuned up, I'll set it up into a kit and we'll play it. And we'll do a side by side with my Yamaha, which has like a 70-degree bearing edge, and compare it sound wise. I'm thinking because this is like a very rock looking kit, because I've done jazz kits and I've done like that more vintage, more like older style. This is like 70s, mid 70s, I'm guessing. Probably 73 to 78, somewhere around there. Some people wouldn't even call it vintage. Well, let's go with retro, whatever you want to call it. We will do like an A-B comparison, I think. So we'll have Yamaha kit, and I'll jump between the two. Please excuse my drumming. I don't play much these days, so it'll be a bit rusty. But I mean, that aside, we should be able to get a flavour from the tonal differences of the kits, and they should be pretty extreme. And head-wise, I'm actually gonna like I was saying before. So normally on a vintage kit, I'd use like a batter, a coated head, ambassador, typically I've done pre-international ones too, and that they're amazing, but very expensive, and I think they're only more expensive now. But this one, I think we're just going to do just a stock standard uh, single ply plastic head, just like maybe Evans. I don't know. Maybe we go ring. Maybe we go double layer oil. I'm not sure. I haven't decided. We'll see what the prices are like, essentially. But yeah, because it's going to cost a bit of whack to get this all headed up. Unfortunately, that's what you're in for with a project like this. All right, let's get this assembled. See in here, you've got your positions. So I'm guessing it's going to be spring washer first, flat washer. That's already wrong. Sorry, it's the other way around. It's because these are recessed, so that goes in there. We're a hell of a pig. So that's straight to there. And then it'll be flat washer. And you might find that some of your washers have a bit of a curve in them. So try to follow, like you can kind of turn them and see where they sit nicely. That almost feels like it needs to be. Alright, no, that's right. Do it. And the bootlegger. Mm-mm. Hell. Are we? Shit. Well, I've got news for you, Reverend. Black Billy Sunday. It's 100 years later, and yes, we're still in a hell of a fix. But that's not the end. Just yet. It might be the end now. It wasn't then. So, yeah, there's that. Alright, so now you don't want to over tighten. So we're just gonna kind of go opposites. Like how you tune a drum skin. And you'll just finger tighten really. But then you always go back to your first one because it might have loosened up a little bit, you know, as you pull it together. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's feeling really good. Fantastic. You can see my washers have swiveled into kind of the correct flushness with the inside of the shell. Excellent. Right, so the next thing we're going to put in is, whoa, that's my light. Yeah, so we're going to put this in. I believe that we can use this fella here. So that goes like this. And I've just got to remember that this is the one that needs gluing. So I'll pop that off and give it a glue. Actually, yeah, I'm going to leave it off. I'm going to leave it off because we'll assemble it once it's fixed. So leave that one off. Get the lugs on. That goes with that. I believe those go with that. Hang on, let me double check. These little ones, quite long. Yeah, that looks right. Just a little spring washer, no washer. But then the dampener. Well, actually, no, I can put it on because it's pretty easy to take apart. Isn't it? Yeah, let's put it on. Okay. Because I haven't got heads or hoops yet, so easy. Okay, so I've already made a little mistake. This needs to go on first. The dampener presses up against the shell. So let's get all these screws in. This puppy goes on here, like that. And then this goes through here, onto that, and then that pulls this up to the drum head. And I think we want to be that way around. Yeah. Nice. Oh, was it? It's going to be a bit difficult to get on. No. Wait. Oh, I thought it bounced off. It didn't. Right, so what I might do is I'll grab this. Okay. And then we can just get our finger over the top of it. Oh, it's really difficult. There you go. Look at that. Pulls it in. Oops. Let's do that. Okay, it's pretty sturdy actually. And then this here, I need to pull it through the broken thread. There we go. That was actually easy. Nice. And then that's going to pull it through. There we go. We're through. And that's going to pull it up to the head, which is missing from a lot of modern drums. So then that It's going to press up against the head and give you the required dampening that, that a lot of drums are missing. Right, so now it's just going through the lugs. We've got our tops and we've got our bottoms. This is the top. So we'll start with the bottoms. Right. I'm just going to go ahead and put them on loosely for now. And then we'll go around and tighten them. I love how they've all got little spring washers on it. A lot of drums just skip that. Just another, it's just an extra level of secureness. I don't know. Oh, hang on. Something's not right here. Ooh. Just everything looks really good, actually. All the hardware has got like this dark metal look now. It's all clean and yeah, really happy. And hopefully the washers will grip where the curve feels right as they spin. Should be alright. Yeah. I'm just going to go around and put all these on. If they do look like they sort of get caught on the shell and haven't quite settled into the right position, just pull them back and try again. They'll normally swivel around. There we go. Right, so that's our bottom done. Already just coming together very nicely. And feels good. Like, this feels nice. All the chrome is like, just, yeah. Delicious. Right, now our tops. Okay. So these are slightly better looking ones. Yep. But it's negligible because they're like still like even the bottoms are looking pretty good. It's pretty tidy in that respect. Like it hasn't rusted to pieces. That's what I'm saying. Some of the drum claw tension rods are not great, but that's when positioning becomes really important on these vintage builds, these restos, is because you just put those down at the bottom where the kick pedal is, or just around where people just can't see them because they're functional. They're not going to fall to pieces. They're just in a bit of an eyesore. And obviously you got people who you can get really carried away. This is not the kind of kit that you want to get carried away on at all. Uh, to be honest, there's not many kits that you would want to get carried away with. Maybe like if you could get your hands on like a vintage Slingerland, Rogers, Premier, definitely. Their kit's worth doing up, honestly. Anything with reinforced hoops, that's good fun because they tend to hold their round really well. Um, and some of the Sonar products, the early Sonar products, heavy, like so thick, heavy, heavy, thick drums. Definitely worth. Ludwig, got a lot of snares out there are interchangeable between your kits. Obviously, you got your player snares that you want. Apparently, the this snare for this kit is a player snare. It's unfortunate we don't have it, but damn, that would have been nice. Parallel throw too, like the Pearl Jupiters. And what's enough of the Gresh snares? They do parallel throw ones, well, early ones. Uh, Rogers, Ludwig didn't they? See, I'm still learning. I don't know everything there is to know. I certainly don't know. I don't know jack shit, to be honest. I'm learning as I go. And I'm not a particularly good player, so there's that side of it as well. Whereas I'm more of an enthusiast rather than an actual drummer. Well, once upon a time. Damn, the lighting's not quite enough. I might bring another torch over. It's getting dark, that's the problem. It's getting real dark. This room's not particularly bright. Okay. Oh, look, got a little bit of a cross thread here. So let's pull that back, try again. There we go. Easy. And like, so now that this is done, this drum kit, this drum in particular, when the drum kit's finished, it will be drum kit, will never need to be pulled apart again for the next, well, let's see, this is 70s, 75, and it aged fairly well considering it was totally abused. Left to rust in some basement somewhere. Um, you won't need to tear it apart until 2080 something. Okay, I missed one. Goodness. Not good. I'm going to check my work now. That's bad. in the gown. But imagine that story of this kid, like somebody picks it up, somebody who like either treasures it or plays it every now and again, or some kid who learns on it and it keeps it as his first kid, his beginning kid, or her, and they keep it for a while. Their children's children inherit it or whatever, and then dry soft cloth. Here we go. And then that's the new story of it. Just loving it. Just got a few fingerprints on it now, but you just gotta keep shining. Yeah, it's gonna get more fingerprints on it probably from when I hit it up and playing it. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a bit loose. It was a lot loose. There we go. Finished product. Well, we'll get the heads, the tension rods, and the hoops going, and then yeah. But she's clean, ready to go. Apart from that grommet needs buffing out with the Dremel. So I've got a wee cone shaped Dremel that I can in with. There we go. That's the process. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, it looks great. Oh my goodness. All right. Cheers, guys. See ya.